Welcome back to BBPN. I'm your host, Cadet Tank, and yes, I believe we have our shit together this week. I know last week was a slight bit of a disaster, but we're okay. All divisions are covered. I believe Skarr, though, was away, so we got somebody to fill in for him. 2 kills and 1 cup. I don't suggest that you... Never mind, Google that. Yes, Google 2 kills, 1 cup, and... let me know in the comments what you come up with. Anyway, McMurdy's did not pay us for our awesome commercial we did for him last week, so we will not be running McMurdy's or mentioning McMurdy's past this point until they pay us. But Goblin Gambling has sponsored our top 10 almost facts list for Blood Bowl. So that's going to be awesome. That's going to show up right after Panda and the MCC. Contractual obligations, and for some reason they want to follow the Panda. Okay, so without further ado, Callisti and the VGP.
Hello and welcome to what promises to be yet another thrilling installment of action from Week 2 of Season 11 NATTS League VGP Division. I'm your host, Callisti Mayer, the Golden Apple of Discord. So, I wasn't here last week. I believe the Scum filled in for me, did an amazing job. I wasn't around. I was sunning myself in Disney World, being driven crazy by my kids. Glad to be back. I had a great time, but I'm glad to be back and getting back into the swing of things. And a new season of NATTS League, main league, has started, so that's great. Lost my first game as Rats, which is disappointing, but you guys have had, in VGP Division, have had a good first week. And now we're on to week 2, and we're also going to be looking at match day 2. So the first week was a longer week, just one game played. Now we're moving into the 2 a week as per usual. So because I wasn't here last week, I'm just going to do a quick run through of the teams, get myself a little bit familiar, and maybe give you a little bit of love. There's nothing going to be nothing compared to a full-blown preview and analysis of the teams. So taking a quick look at the first team, we have the Ankle Slashers, the Skaven team, coached by Finhell, my arch nemesis or one of them anyway, and he's taken Rats this season, so it's even more of an impetus for me to beat him. Once at least. Okay, so he's coaching the Ankle Slashers, Skaven team, and he's I can see right away from the team screen here, he's gone for a Rat Ogre, so that's interesting. So let's take a quick look at the team. We have Wrecking Ball, the Rat Ogre, who after one game played has 2 SPPs, so that's good, he got a casualty. Then we have Ricket, the Storm Vermin, who's sitting at 0 SPP. We have Thankwi. These are very Skaven-y names, I like it. Thankwi, who is another Storm Vermin, who's at 2 SPP. Then we have Critch, who's a gutter runner, leveled up, took block, standard first choice. I would imagine Finn's going to be developing sort of 2 of the gutter runners, maybe 3 with the gutter runners with Blodge first, give them that little bit of protection, and 1 or 2, or either the remaining 1 or another one of these 4 with Wrestle for a nice Rog piece. You can spin all that off and get Tackle or Strip Ball. Maybe if you get a mutation, go for 2 heads, and then you've got a Bull Hawk. Or a safety, but he's doing well. We also have Filch with 3 of 6 SPP, so another touchdown, and he's leveled. And then we have Cheeks, who's 5 of SPP, so I imagine he got the MVP for the match, or maybe he just did scored a touchdown and passed twice. And then we have Gun Arm. How many games has this team played? Because they're doing quite a lot of SVP here. Let's have a look. Oh, he played 2 games. Okay. And he lost versus the Vipers Hydro Monsters. We'll look at them in a little bit. But he won over Isengard Rockets. Okay, moving on. We have Gun Arm, the thrower, with 3 SPP. We have Meatbag with 5 SPP. And we have Charm and Bates, who are linemen who haven't got nothing. 2 team rerolls, no Apothecary yet. He had to sacrifice one of those team rerolls for the Rad Ogre. I personally don't go for the Rad Ogre. I think it can be more of a liability than it is a boon. So yeah, he's got that, but that's what he's gone for. Okay, taking a look at the next team. So this is Luke, coached by Luke, the Vipers Hydro Monsters, coached by Luke, Quad 4s, 4x4x4x4. Dark Elf team, and as we just saw, they beat Finno. So we have, let's have a look at the history. He's obviously played 2 games as well. He drew his first game, won his second game, so he's doing well. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 linemen. One of them's out with an AG bust. It might just be worth your time getting rid of that lineman, taking on a loner, and just using them as an extra body. But an agility 3 elf isn't much use to anyone. Then we have 4 blitzers. One of them's got blodge. We have a runner. This is actually a setup that I like to go with when I play Dark Elves. Some people don't like the runner. I actually do. I think it adds a little bit of versatility to the team. Yes, it is a piece that has AV7, but it fulfills a role, I think. So yeah, we got one of the blitzers with blodge, 2 other blitzers who are very close to leveling. There are 5 SPP, so score a touchdown on them both, pass with them both, whatever you want to do, and you've got yourself another 2 levels. Black Dolphin, the runner, is at 4 SPP, so another 2 passes with him, and you've leveled him as well. So very, very quickly this team can be have all of its positionals, or most of its positionals, all leveled up. 2 team rerolls, 1 Apothecary. Elves don't really need as many team rerolls. They can get by with 2 or 1 even. But I would personally be aiming to get the 3rd one as well, if you don't suffer from huge attrition. Then we have Snake Eye, the lineman, with 3 FPP. He's doing well. As I said, my only piece of advice would be just show Whaler Tail the door. A 3 agility elf is, as I said, no use to man or beast. Okie dokie, moving on. We have HP and the Dwarven Ripoffs, coached by Steeler Daddy. Steeler Daddy's been around for a little while, flipping through teams. Hopefully he finds a home with dwarves. So let's take a quick look. I hate dwarves. They just start with so many skills. He's got 0 SPP on his team, so I don't know, maybe he just joined Division? Yeah, he hasn't played any games. So maybe he was just a late entry. Anyway, there's his team, and yeah. Then we have the Grape Flavor, coached by Grey Hart. High Elf team. And we got a lineman out. We've got 2 blitzers. We've got all thrower, and we have no catchers. That's a surprise. So the blitzers are doing okay. They've got 3 SPP and 2 SPP. You've got a lineman with 5 SPP. Let's have to see how his game's been going. He just played the one game. Oh, so he's yet to play his week 2 game. Okay, makes sense. With the lineman being out, what's he got? Has he got a niggle or has he got just a miss next game? Okay, so that's good. He's got 3 team rerolls. He's got 1 apothecary. Looks like he might have had a death or fired a player because it was just horribly mauled. Yeah, it's my piece of advice for this team. You've got the team rerolls. You've got the apothecary. You've got your blitzers. You've got a thrower. I would just start saving money and getting catchers. Catchers are amazing on high elves. Takes a little while for the high elves in general to develop, but and your blitzers are great, but it's definitely the catchers for me that are the stars of the show. So save up your money, get some catchers. If you can get sort of 2 or 3 of them, you're going to be laughing once you get them developed. But you need to get them now because it's possibly like 15 games. So if you don't start getting them soon, they're just not going to be developed to a point where you want them. So yeah, definitely to get some catchers, and good luck to you. Pumpkin Escobar with Isengard Rockets. It's an orc team, and we have a black orc that leveled. That's amazing. And then we've got 4 blitzers who haven't leveled yet. We've got 1 that's a touchdown away, Blarg. We have Nob, the black orc, who has 9 SPP, and he's been doing some crazy stuff, obviously. Let's have a look at we've got 3 team rerolls, we've got 1 apothecary. Let's have a look at the match history. Just played the 1 game. So in the 1 game, you managed to do some amazing things with that black orc. Yeah, that's impressive. He must have got the MVP. What did he get? MVP, and then I don't know. I'm gonna have to look. So 1 MVP, 2 casualties. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. So 2 casualties, 1 MVP, and he got a nice level there, and he's close to leveling again. That is definitely a great thing. Black orcs can take forever to level, so getting 1 level so quickly and then being able to get it block makes him just so much more impressive. Yeah, orcs be orcs. They do their orc things. Again, another team that I don't really like, just because they're such bastards to put down. But yeah, you're doing well. I definitely wouldn't trade your development for that 1 game. Getting a black orc leveled, that's really impressive. Oh, Splinter is Goblin team? Gremlin Wannabes. Oh, Gremlin Wannabes. Okay, got it. So this is a Goblin team, lots of fun. Splinter's obviously trying to have a nice fun season with Goblins. They can be lots of fun, they can be an absolute nightmare. I find when I'm playing Goblins, I've only played a few games as Goblins, but I find when I'm playing Goblins, you can playing against Goblins, they can either have the worst game imaginable, where it's just like, they get pitch cleared, and every time they try to foul, they get sent off, and I score quickly, and their special weapons are sent off, and I don't know, it's just they can have a really terrible game. Or they can have games where it's just like every time the bomber throws the bomb, it lays out half my team, and Chainsaw's wickedly effective, and the ball and chain knows where he's going, and he gets casualties and surfs and all kinds of crazy shit. So just looking at development so far. Played 1 game, 2, 1, and you won. Yay! You won over Dances with Orphs. We'll find out who that is in a minute. But a nice 2-1 victory for Goblins. Not bad at all. And for that 1 game, you managed to get a level on one of your trolls, and you rolled an agility up, and you decided to take it. That I am not sure about. I don't know. I don't know why you would take agility up on a troll. Taking him from 1 to 2 agility, it's great. You rolled an agility up. Great, it's an agility up. Bad that it's on a troll. Anyway, other than that, you've got a few players actually that are, well, here's the 2 that scored. You've got an MVP, and this Trollmaster has been having a crazy time laying out the Norse, which is great. So you got those 6 SPP from casualties, I would imagine. Let's have a look. Yeah. 1 game, 3 casualties. That was a frighteningly effective troll. It always never made sense to me why trolls on a goblin team don't get the loner removed. Like your ogres get the loner removed. Anyway, yep, we got a pogoer. Who hasn't done anything yet. We've got a Fanatic, we've got Bombardier, we've got 3 team rerolls. Yet over 1k TV, which is kind of scary. You won. I mean, you won the 1 game you've played, won it convincingly. You got lots of casualties. You got a nice SPP. But the usual tactic for goblins is maybe not to go quite so full bore. You've gone for every single secret weapon you go for, which is lots of fun, but they get sent off. And you don't have, if you're playing at a relatively high TV compared to your opponent, it's a very close, slim margin between your TV and theirs. You're not going to get bribes, so then your secret weapons get sent off, and then they don't come back. And you don't have a bribe, so then you're just a squad full of goblins and trolls, which isn't that effective. Yeah, I don't know. You could shed some team rerolls. You could shed some of these secret weapons. You've won, so I'm sure you're thinking that things are going well, but you're going to have games where it's just all going to fall apart, and your secret weapons are going to get sent off straight away, and yeah. Anyway, that's my thinking. Okie dokie. Dances with Ulfs. Minimo 1. Okay. So you just got butchered. I don't even know what your team started with, but there's not much of a team left from the looks of things. Or you've just been very crafty with spacing out your teams. It looks like there's nothing left. Let's have a count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, if you're only at 10, that's not that bad. Well, 9 for this next match because this one's out. But anyway. So we've got Boogie Woogie, the Yeti. We've got Salsa and Mambo, the Berserkers. All of them are sitting at 0 SPP. Definitely want to get those Berserkers leveled up as quick as you can, because Berserkers are amazing on Norse. I prefer them to Ulfs. I prefer them to the Yeti. In fact, I prefer them to everything on the Norse team. Yeah. We've got lineman Conga, who's at 5 SPP. We've got another lineman Shag, who's at 5 SPP, and we've got a lineman at Foxtrot, who's at 2 SPP. So all your SPP's gone on your lineman, and none of it on your positionals, which is kind of unfortunate. You got butchered by goblins, and yeah, not the greatest start of the season. Got to be honest. Just the 1 game though. That's there you go. That's a token good thing. And then we've got Dogzards. God, my eyesight's failing me. Yep, Dogzards. I was right. Coached by Big Grin 42. Lizard Man team. I know I've played Big Grin as Lizards. He's actually pretty good with them. My first season I played him, and he was on a business trip and he was playing from some cafe. The internet connection was terrible, and I think it's probably because of that I won the game. I think if he'd been playing on a nice stable internet connection, I probably would have had a much more challenging game and probably lost. Anyway, that's a little bit of my history and Big Grins. So let's have a look at the team. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 skinks. We have a Croxagore. We have a full complement of Sauruses, but one's out next match and he's movement busted. Not the worst perm that you could get on a Saurus. Their speed is actually relatively good for those more burly guys. Yeah. I mean, a better one would be an agility bust because you can't go lower than 1. But out of the 4 or 5, if you count Niggles, I think movement bust is probably the second best one. So let's have a look at the SPP spread. We've got Idzax with 5 SPP. We've got 2 skinks who I'm not going to name because they've got the weird computer generated names that are all Mexican and Incan and Aztec-y. And I'm probably going to make a fool of myself if I try to pronounce it. Anyway, so we've got with these 2 skinks with who probably got touchdowns and are at 3 SVP, so score with them next game and you've got those leveled. But it's definitely the Saurus where you want to be leveling up. It's definitely those Saurus that you want to sort of get the SVP on where you can. Hopefully they get MVPs, hopefully you start getting casualties with them. And if you ever get a touchback from a kick, give it to a Saurus. Score with them, get them leveled up, and as soon as they get sort of block, they become so much more useful. With 2 team rerolls, no apothecary, you're sort of living on a wing and a prayer here until you get some more money. Maybe think about getting your apothecary. Yeah, I would think about getting an apothecary because if your Croxagore or your Sauruses, they take an injury, a still more serious injury than the movement bust, you're going to wish you had the apothecary. And then last one, she's just my stepdaughter. Doctor. Okay, I see that. Alright, and that's coached by I Am Sancho. Necro team, and we have a Ghoul who's just raking in all of the SVP. There's literally nobody else on this team with any SVP, it's just all on the Ghoul. And you took sure hands on him. That's a good choice, I suppose. Normally you'd see something like block or wrestle, because Ghouls are the only member of this team that doesn't get regen and you don't get apothecaries, so yeah, definitely want to protect them. And this is also the only person on your team that has any SPP, so even more reason to protect them. Try and get some SVP on your werewolf. Try and get a second werewolf. I personally would have gone, building this team, I would have gone for 1 flesh golem, 2 whites, and 2 werewolves, and the rest zombies, and just drop the ghoul and the flesh golem. I don't like ghouls so much because you have other members of the team that are same agility, they move roughly the same speed. I mean, werewolves are faster, and everybody else on the team has regen, ghouls don't. And then the flesh golems, whilst you want to get them leveled up, they take forever to level up, just like Blackhawks. They're a bit crappy when you first start out with them, I've got to be honest. And it's your werewolves that are your real star players on the team. You're going to find very quickly that these werewolves, when you get to the 2 and you level them up, they become the centre, the focus of your team, and you're going to love them. So definitely focus on getting that second werewolf. Focus on getting an SCP on both werewolves. Yeah. Let's see how you've been doing. Have you played 2 games? Just the one, and you lost to the Dogzards. So you lost a big grin, which is not a bad thing. Nothing to be ashamed about, because big grin's pretty good with lizards. So let's have a quick look at the results, and then we'll look at the leaderboard, and then I'm going to sign off. Right, so we had day 1, we had, or match day 1, we had the Dogzards beating She's Just My Stepdaughter, or Doctor. I'm going to keep on mispronouncing that. 2-1. And then we have Vipers Hydro Monsters and a 1-1 draw with Grape Flavour. We have the Ankle Slashers rocking a win over the Isengard Rockets, 3-1. Then we had the Gremlin Wannabes in a surprise and satisfying win for everybody else apart from the Norse team, beating the Dances with Ulfs 2-1. And then match day 2, not done yet. In fact, we've only had 1 game of match day 2 played. So that was a 2-0 win over the Ankle Slashers for the Vipers Hydro Monsters. So let's take a quick look at the leaderboard. Bearing in mind that the Vipers Hydro Monsters will have a second game played and will have got points from that. So, surprise, surprise, Vipers Hydro Monsters are at the top of the table. With that win and a draw, he's at 4 points. Then we have the Splinters Gremlin Wannabes, the Goblin team, at 3 points, sharing that with the Dogzards, Big Grin, Lizardman team. And then we have the Ankle Slashers at 3 points, but they've played 2 games. Then we have the High Elf Grape Flavour, coached by Grey Heart, at a single draw. And then we have She's Just My Stepdaughter, Dancing with Wolves, and the Isengard Rockets, all with just the 1 loss. Okay, so this is me signing off. Hopefully you've enjoyed the show. Next week we're going to be getting back to more of a normal schedule. I'm going to be covering the games. I'm going to be looking at team development, and good luck for the rest of the week. Good luck for match day 2 and 3, and match day 2 and 3. Those should be done by the time I do record the next recap. And remember, there's scoring and then there's Callisti scoring.
Nice job, Callisti. Nice to have you back in the action. Alright, so let's go ahead to the Panda in the MCC.
Good afternoon, Ghouls and Goblins. Here's Panda coming at you with the MCC. Look at that. Alright, let's take a look at our leaderboard, just to kind of see where everybody's at. They are currently on match day 3. Some have 3 games played, some do not. Alright, Superfed is running 3-0-0 with the Zons. Firmly locked into first place. Zectorman with the Orcs is in second. Warecaster with Nurgle is in third. Resin with the Dwarfs, a solid 4th place. Laser Dentist with the Undead is in 5th. And Cadet, the other Woodies, are in 6th place. So they've made the cutoff even though they've lost 2 games. And then Goblins and Chaos, so Hogs and Vapor. So let's take a look. Match day 2. Alright, well, that's interesting. Chaos and Nurgle got a 0-0. Superfed 2-0'd. Wow. Cadet got 2-0'd. Dang. The Woody's lost. And we got 1-1 tie with the Orcs. Match day 3. Cadet came out 2-1. And Nurgle took a loss to the Zons 2-1. So, let's see what's going on. So we're on match day 3. We should have some team development going on. Coming in here, I see FU up at 1100 plus. So let's take a look at the Orcs and see what's going on. Zector Man, what are you doing? Mighty Blow Blitzer, Strength 5 Black Orc, Block Black Orc. This is nice. It's good early development on the Orcs, especially for being only match day 3. I don't know. See, I used to like Block on the Orcs, but I've actually started leaning to putting Guard on them as a first skill. Yeah, Block is great, but if you're doing things with them, and you're not hitting people with them, you're just using them to grab assists. There's certainly merit both ways. I'm just a fan of the Guard, and then using the Blitzers to do the lifting with their normal job. But looks pretty good. He's got an Ape-up. Vapor Gecko with the Goblins. Still no Pogo. Where is the Pogo, people? We need the Pogo. We need the Pogo. We got a Guard Troll and a couple Sidestep Gobos. 3 rerolls. No Apoth yet, but he's got 60k in the bank, so I assume he'll be picking that up before he plays the next match day. Slightly taller Halflings, Cadet Tank, 900. What happened to you, bud? I only see one more answer. That's not good. Oh. And he's out, and the other one is gone. Early retirement, probably. We got Block Sidestep, so we got a Blood Sidestep, nice little catcher right here. Got a Thrower with Dodge, that's good. Let's see what's up with this guy. Is it just Miss next? Alright, so he's going to be out the word answers for the next game. That's going to be tough. Tough stuff. Still elves though, so out of the box elves are still good elves. Still at 1 reroll with 40k. So this is a very risky build. Obviously you get all your positionals, but at 1 reroll you can see how badly things can go wrong. So hopefully things pick up for Cadet. Hogstench is in last place with some chaos, but they look like... oh, well. Alright, Cyanide. That's cool. 3 rerolls, 1 Apo. And we got all 4 warriors, plus a bunch of beastmen. Nobody's leveled. So, yeah. Pretty decent. Well on his way, though. 4, 2, 5, 5, 2. We've got to get some levels, though. He's going to start falling behind. He'll miss the cut. So, yep. That's true. The Presidential Dead with Laser Dentist. No levels either. Looks like Zombies 8 the MVPs. We got 2 and 0, so that's not surprising. Whites are at 4 and 2. No levels. No levels. What's going on here? Smash Day 3. We should be seeing some serious leveling going on here. Warecaster. The ugly side of Disney. That's a cute guy. We got Guard. We got a Dodge Presti. That's nice. Nice, nice, nice. There is 4 Nurgle Warriors. Thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yay! I can count today. He's missing a Rotter, looks like, but that's what they do. They die and die again. Resin with the Dwarfs. Ooh. The big ugly dwarfs. That is a dead troll slayer. Yep. Still missing. No levels apart from block on the runner. Yeah. So you're typically not going to see a lot of development super early with the dwarfs unless they're hitting castles. Yeah. So there they are in all their glory with their one single level and a dead troll slayer. And the leader of this division, Superfed, with the Zons. That is ugly, boys. Ugly. We got Mighty Blow Blitzer. We got Guard Blitzer. We got MA Catcher. And we got a Blodge Catcher. So, Superfed's definitely going to be doing work. Yeah, so we're going to need some tackling. Somebody's going to have to do something with this. Somebody with a lot of tackle. He's got 140k in the bank, so he can pretty much buy whatever he wants. I don't think it'll be a 4th reroll. It'll probably be... well, he's already at 12 on the bench, so... I don't know what it would be. I'm curious to see what Superfed comes up with. Should be interesting. So, with that said, we looked at the development for a quick minute. Let's take a look to a match day in the future, shall we? We'll do some predictions. Hit Me Baby One More Time versus America's Maniacs. So, we got the Amazons versus the Dwarfs in the next match day. Resin's going to have to step it up. If he can get the blocks and the tackle and those Zons are going to fall, the Dwarfs will get some much needed levels, and it might start bringing this guy back in. However, Superfed's no slouch, and he will punish even the smallest of positioning errors from the Dwarfs. So, even though I don't like this matchup anyway, or Dwarfs in general, I'm going to go with the Zons. I think if they can stay out of reach of the Longbeards, they're going to have a much better chance of winning, and I know they can be piloted well. Ugly Side of Disney versus Orcs. Alright, so Nurgle versus Orcs, right? If the Blitzers get to work on the Orcs, it can easily swing their way. There's no claw running up on Nurgle's side yet, so I'm going to give it to the Orcs as far as the bash game is concerned. If they can hit the Routers, target the Prestigors, do the things they need to do with the Blitzers, I think they come out on top. Presidential Dead is Undead versus Cackling Cut Purses. Cackling Cut Purses is the Goblin team? Yes, it is. So, Goblins versus Undead. I'm going to go with Undead, even though I want the Goblins to win. This might turn out to be a great SPP game. We can get some... Oh goodness. Thank you for bearing with me. We had some audio issues there for a second. It looks like it cut out on me. Yep. So I'm going to give the advantage to the Undead. They're going to pick up some nice levels. It's all good. All good. I think the Undead are going to come out on top. And the Fist-Pumping Annihilators versus the slightly taller Halflings. So this is Chaos with no levels up against Wood Elves. I'm going to give the advantage to Cadet, even though he's going to be out 2 War Dancers. He still has Catchers, Throwers, and Elves. Loner Elves straight out of the box are incredibly good pieces anyway. So that's a prediction for that. We're going to go Wood Elves, Undead, Orcs, and the Zons. Let's see if I come out right. And remember, boys and girls, that'll do it for now. Just note, pandas never lose. We only win less.
As always, Panda, nice job. Man, I wish I had some more dancers next week. Okay, so, as promised, here is our top 10 almost Blood Bowl facts list. Sponsored by Goblin Gambling. Number 10. Blodgers are 50% more likely to get POW'd. Number 9. Dead and star players have a 90% chance to win the game MVP. Number 8. Elves have a 1 in 9 chance of dying every successful block thrown against them. Number 7. Lightning bolts are 50% more likely to be useless compared to fireballs. Number 6. Norse players roll 3 times as many skulls compared to other teams. Number 5. Players will roll 45% more ones when they play with elves. Number 4. Long story short, chainsaw players will probably just fuck you and take your MVP. Number 3. AV7 is better than AV8, and sometimes AV9 too. Number 2. Pandas never lose, they only win less. Number 1. When a player challenges Nuffle, they are 100% likely to be surprised. Props to anybody that actually sat through that and didn't fast forward it because you're watching this on YouTube. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into CDT with 2 kills, 1 cup. Alright.
Alright, this is 2 kills, 1 cup, filling in, covering the CDT division for Season 11 of the NATTS Blood Bowl action. First off here, we're going to take a look at the teams and where they're currently at, then we're going to cover the schedule and review some of the scores. We've already got a good couple of match days in, because we like to get stuff done in this division, and we love to play our Blood Bowl. Pick it up, other divisions. Alright. Let's take a look at the teams. First off, we have Dafo 97's Volga, Opera, Norse. Let's check out this roster here. Alright, looks like, next game's gonna have a Ulfenware that's out with an injury. What kind of injury we got here? Just a miss next game. Alright, no Niggler, that's good. We do have Guard on a runner, that's good. We got with the 2 runners. Got 2 Berserkers, I figured that. No Yeti, and I'm actually okay with that. We got a lineman with +1 strength, so now 3 strength 4 pieces on the team. We do have 12 players for the roster once the other Ulfenware decides to come back. But yeah, this team's in pretty decent shape. Got a thrower that's about to level up. Berserker that's about to level up, right for the ball carrying for another TD for the next game. So yeah, I'm liking this team so far. I think we get some more skill ups, that we will see some good action for them. Hopefully they can avoid some injuries going forward too, which will be the biggest hindrance for a Norse team. Alright, next up, Discum, NATTS Referee Guild, the Gabos. Alright, let's take a look at this roster. We of course have 2 trolls, both of them already picking up guard. We've got a loony who hasn't got any skills, but hey, he's just there to do the damage. A fanatic as well, just there to hold the line. A pogoer who looks like he's 1 touchdown away from starting to make life difficult for everybody. A bombardier, which I know some Gabo players like. I'm not as much a fan of it, but hey, for 40k, it's not that bad. He just goes out when the going gets tough. We do got a Gabo with Sneaky Git, one of my favorite skills for a stunty. Because, I mean, hey, foul all day long. He does have a Niggler though, so he's not going to be seeing that much more action, I think. And we got a -1 movement for another Gabo. Does he have anything else on it? Okay, so it is just that movement loss. So otherwise, lots of goblins, a 980 team value. So he's starting to get starting to get the skills on the trolls, but he's enough up there where he's still getting inducements from other teams, which is exactly what he wants. 2 rerolls. Probably a third one, of course, would help, but hey, we're still only 3 games in. I expect to see another one coming. No Apothecary, because Discum ain't scared. And Fan Factor. Discum did start off with 2 Fan Factor, and it helped him game 1, where his Blitzer, or where his Fan Factor helped my Blitzer for my Orc team die on the first kickoff. Apo to yet another death. Alright. I expect more good stuff from the Scum, because if you have not played his Gabos, the man's phenomenal. Alright, now we have Skarr with the Vengeful Apothecaries. Let's take a look at these. We have 3 Blitzers. We got the 3 blockers and gross alignment. Jeez. 1 lineman taking -1 AV, so I don't think this guy, if he's not fired, I would be surprised, although he has no money in the bank, so it's possible this lineman may stay there for 1 more game. We'll see. He did manage to pick up Strip Ball on a blocker, which I actually like that combo. Wrestle Strip Ball. This guy is going to be doing a lot of blitzing action. So far, we're going to see more coming from this team. I would hope to see more SPP than they have now, but still early. And Skarr knows how to play the Bretts, so expect to see more action from him. Alright, coming up on Com Yarrick with the Ogres. Overrated. Everyone's favorite Ogre coach. Alright, 4 Ogres. He's got the roster up. Ooh, but we only have a... Whoa, gosh. So we're only sitting with a roster of 10. So we got the 4 Ogres and 6 Noblars. And we already have over 1,000 in TV, so the value's starting to get up there. He does have 4 team rerolls. That's good for the Ogres. Got the Apo, so he can kind of protect those Ogres to build them up, but not a lot of skill development on them. Just 3 total SPP over 4 of them. So let's hope to see more from them here. Then we also are coming to Ace Pilot with his Rockers of Legends Past. We got 2 Flesh Golems. Oh, one's got a, let's hope it's just 1 injury. Okay, just 1 point in agility. That's fine. He wasn't going to carry the ball anyways. We got 2 whites, one of them getting Mighty Blow. A lot of people like to go Mighty Blow. I prefer Tackle first. But hey, he's looking to do damage. 2 werewolves. Looks like we've got one that ran a TDN and one that's got a casualty. And then a bunch of zombies. 1 ghoul. But that's fine. If you're playing right, you can shift. Or with necromantic or even like undead, you can just shift the touchdown carrier, or the ball carriers from werewolf, white, ghoul. It doesn't matter. So still a little early because only that Mighty Blow is the first skill we're seeing, but got these werewolves that are ready to level up, and unfortunately, god dang, looks like we had 3 zombies pick up every MVP so far. So hopefully we can shift some of this SPP up to these other gentlemen. Sitting at a team value of 1090 because they got a roster of 12. I think it's okay. He's got 2 team rolls. Only needs 3 probably by the end of this round, so that's good. 2 Fan Factor. Pretty standard so far, so we should expect to see more from this necromantic team. Then we got Hikaru's human team. We got an Ogre, I see. Already's picked up Guard. Jeez, a Blitzer with +1 strength. 2 more Blitzers with Guard. A lineman with +1 movement and a kick. No catchers, which I'm fine with, but this is a scary team. Having the +1 strength plus this Guard in here, and having the movement range of the human team means that he can really kind of shift throughout the battlefield. So I am actually expecting this team to continue to dominate in this division. They're just doing great, and they're poised to do even more, because got at least another lineman about to level up, and I would expect the rest of these blitzers to get at least two skills more before the end of this round. We got the Rats on in, Lando the Gambler. Got a rat team, no Roger, but that's fine. We got 4 gutter runners, 2 levels up on them. I like the wrestle. Not as much a fan of the big hand but it's can be helpful when you're running into a situation where the ball's in between a bunch of guys. Stormworm with guard, another one with mighty blow. That is kind of a good combination there. Since he does have the ability to handle blodgers with the wrestle gutter runner, I think that combo's okay. And they are sitting at a team value of 1,110. They do have 3 team rerolls and up APO though, so they got the rerolls they kind of need. They don't really need any more. Maybe just pick up some more linemen going forward and skill ups, and then we'll watch these gutter runners continue to get nasty. Alright, and then finally, was cooking. Looking at the Orc team so far, we're 3 games in, got 2 tackles on the blitzers. Got 2 more blitzers that at least have some SPP. Thrower, who managed to get dodge on. You can imagine he is probably going to want to get blocked in the future to be a blodge thrower. A couple of black orc posts, which is really what they're there for. No skills on them, but that's fine, because I don't care. They're just there to hinder you. And a couple linemen sitting at a low TV, which I like, with only 2 rerolls. I'd like to get to 3. I can afford one now, but we'll see what my opponent is in their TV before I buy one. And APO, and then of course 3 fan factor. It's pretty standard so far with the Orcs, but they're an easier team to play, so I expect to do decent with them and go forward at least. So let's take a look at the schedule. So we're going to go back actually to day 1 here, just to review it. Volga Opera, the Norse over the Rats, 2-0. With all that block, you'd expect that. Probably a lot of damaged rats. The Nats Referee Guild and Was Cookin' for a tie. That was all that the Scum and I could get out of that battle. Bilious Slick's Army, 3-0. Kind of crushing the Bretts there. That was the humans. Yeah, humans versus the Brett. They have the Ogre. They also have a lot of movement. They might have gotten some injuries early on or some KOs, but they're both good coaches, so I can see how Hikaru could manage to get a 3-0. Ogre-rated took a 1-2 loss to the Rockers Legends Past, but with starting out Noblars and 4 Ogres versus all those positionals, I could see easily how he took a 2-1 loss. Those werewolves are fast. Alright, let's take a look at game day 2. The Rats on M, 4-0 versus the Gabos. Another fast team versus the Stunties. Probably hard to keep them away. Then we've got Volga Opera winning 1-0 versus the Vengeful Apothecaries. With all that block, I can see how they squeezed the win out there. Was Cookin' 2-0 over Ogre Rated, and they came into that with only 3 Ogres. So it was hard for them to defend against the Orc Green Tide. And then Bilious Slick's Army getting another win, 1-0 over the Rockers of Legends Past. Which brings us to day 3. The Rats on In tied with Was Cookin'. Bilious Slick's Army scoring yet another win, this time over Volga Opera. The Rockers of Legends Past tying with the Gabos, which was another tie that I kind of expected, because man, Scum is good with those Gabos, but fast werewolves. Ogre Rated and Vengeful Apothecaries have not played yet, so we are waiting to see what will happen there. But on the leaderboard, we can see that Hikaru is just dominating with 3 wins, nothing. Volga Opera coming in second, and we should see more from that Norse team because they're still kind of pretty healthy. The Orcs are still quite healthy, so they should stay at least mid-range for me. Rats of Nim, the Skaven, they're starting to look good. So I would expect to see Lando at the minimum at mid-range. Ace with the Necromantic got a 1/1/1. If they continue to develop, they should stay mid-range, I think, when we get near the end of the round. Discum is 0, 2, and 1. Unfortunately, these ties have hurt him, but don't underestimate him because he is a tough coach, especially with the Gabos, and he will make you pay with them. Yark, overrated with 002 on the same, has the same fate as Skarr with eventual Apothecary 002. So one of these teams is gonna come ahead in the situation. Both of them still ready to build up, so don't count them out. They can make it high up into the round. So for day 4, I am expecting, with all the block and all that, I am maybe expecting to see a 2-1 win of the Bilious Slick over the Rats. I expect to see a 2-1 win of Waz Cookin over Rockers Legends Past, because I'm going to pick myself. Ogre Rated and Volga Opera, all that block, I'm expecting the Norse to get the Ogres and take them out. They just got the skills to make those Noblars go away. And then Vengeful Apothecaries versus NATTS Referee Guild. I'm actually expecting some linemen to probably die, and possibly that chainsaw to take out some of those blockers. So I'm expecting maybe a 2-1 NATTS Referees Guild. Alright, that is it. The coverage from the CDT division. We will see you next time. Keep it bloody.
Nice job, 2 kills. I like your style. Hopefully we hear from you more often. Okay, so last but not least, Ace in the core division.
How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to BBPN, where we cover all the local that no one else will. And we're back with the core division in day 3 of our round 1 season here. And let's go ahead and see our teams, how they developed, leaderboard, and how we've gotten here so far. So first up we have Corderus with the Pegasus Knights, Bretonians. Doing a lot better than the other Bretonian team. As you can see, he does have a Lodge AG4 Blitzer, a Lodge Blitzer, and a lineman missing with a naval, so that peon's probably gone. 3 rerolls, 1 Apothecary, 2 Fan Factor. So 20k in the bank, so he probably just bought something. I'm guessing 1 lineman here. Of course, he has 3 blockers. Have yet to level up. 1 SP away from this Blitzer, but he's on a good track right now. He's leveling up. He's not losing a lot of players. 3-2 games, so he's in a good position to keep going, and we'll see where he is later on in the round here. We have the Tackling Tunes Placebo. He has gotten that Troll Slayer, or he lost Troll Slayer, I don't know which. Runner with Wrestle, runner with Block, so I'm guessing Ball Hawk and Ball Carrier. A Longbeard's Guard, and a Longbeard with Mighty Blow, with 3 SSP away from that next level, which will most likely be Guard, of course. 2 games in, pretty good start outside of just having the 1 Troll Slayer, so 1 Apothecary, 2 Fan Factor, 3 rerolls. It's a Dwarf team. He's already doing pretty well. He gets a few more Grab, a few more Mighty Blow, and he's completely set for the rest of the season. Callisti Maya playing the Rats once again. I see 1 died. I love seeing that. Good job, Nats. He does have a lineman that's minus AG, probably. He's probably going to be gone, and/or he's just going to keep him as a line rat to be smacked. 1 Apothecary, of course, no Fan Factor yet with 3 rerolls. He does have a thrower. The thrower may be up to level. He only has one gutter leveled so far with Lodge. So it hasn't been a very good start to the season for him, as these gutters, 2 games in, and he has yet to get all leveled. Good job, Nats, keeping these guys low on the SSP. Love you, Felicity, but I hate rats more. But if you can get these gutters with Lodge, or maybe one with Raj, and then if he gets lucky horns or something, we could see some crazy mutations. If he gets doubles, we could see a ball hawk, a ball retriever, etc., etc. So he can become a dangerous team later on down the road. So he's still something to look at. Panda, Panda, Panda. He does have, both war dancers have leveled up once, one taking trip ball, one taking tackle. So there's for the Dodgers, there's to get those cage busting. One is injured with just in this next game, no problem. One has died, and one that has yet to level, probably going to dodge and or block, maybe even wrestle. And the catcher has yet to level. So 2 rerolls, 1 Hucker, 2 fan factor. Probably barring a second reroll or a third one if I had to guess. And filling his lineman back up. What else? Don't even have to be leveled. It's all about the war dancers. Panda still has a chance, but this is Panda. Good luck, man. Alright, the Lizards aboard. 2 games in, and the source does have block, but no other source has SSP. That's not what you want to see. A skink with, well, that's an interesting choice. He takes catch instead of lodge. So a skink with catch, a skink 1 touchdown away, a skink with 1 SSP away, so I'm guessing he's going to pass it to get that level. And of course he has the Crocs, still no SSP on that guy either. He can still knock people around, and skinks are dangerous, but if you can't start getting some levels on these sources and the Crocs, it's going to be a really long season. 1 and 9 is the bane of this team, and it's going to suck when he starts fighting like dwarves with guard, or dauntless players with block. But we'll see how he does. He has 2 fan factors so far and 2 rerolls, so he's not doing too bad. Prawns. He has gotten that 5th ogre, but wow, someone has really hurt him. Movement allowance gone on that ogre, and he can't afford to replace him. So it's just a mixed game. He's down to 3 ogres, a bunch of Noblars, one with catch-a-ball. Why is that not with a catch on the Stunties? So no blodge yet. Does have one with break tackle, but it's ogres. I expect these guys to get hurt, but man, he's having more ogres hurt than he is the Noblars. This is just getting ridiculous. With 3 ogres down, I don't see, or 2 ogres down, I don't see him winning this next game because the Noblars won't have a lot of protection. So, but we'll see how he is. He's not doing too bad, so we'll see how he does. If you can get these ogres leveled, that'd be great, but expect to lose a few more of these next game. The Dark Elf, Tassie. He does have 2 linemen missing. 1 niggle. So he's probably gone. And I missed next game. He's at 20k in the bank. He has gotten the Apothecary. He does have 2 rerolls. 1 Witch Elf, 3 Blitzers instead of 4. And not a single level yet. So this Dark Elf team is off to a really, really rough start. And if they don't hurry up, they're not going to be moving on if they can't start scoring some touchdowns. The Greenbacks, Dr. Helix, the Orcs. Thrower already level 4 with block and AG up, so there's the passing game, the pickup game, the run game, everything he needs. 1 with tackle here, and 1 with a negative AG, which doesn't really matter, just a lineman. These are just be punched in and punch people. 102k, 3 rerolls, 1 plus carry, 1 fan factor. That thrower alone is going to be carrying a lot of weight on his back, especially until these blitzers level up, but he's already in a good spot 2 games in to really start dominating the division. So there's your teams. Let's have a look at the schedule. So day one, we had the Ogres beating the Orcs 1-0. We had the Lizards beating the Dark Elves 2-1. The Bretonnians rolling over the Wood Elves 4-2. And as I said, the Dwarfs beating the Skaven 2-1 as predicted. Then we have the Greenbacks, the Orcs winning 2-0 over the Darkies. The Bretonnians with a 3-0 blowout of the Ogres and hurting 2 Ogres in the process, unless he already played this game at D3, which we'll see. The Lizards tying with the Dwarves 1-1. And surprisingly enough, Panda beating Callisti Skaven 2-1. So yeah, so it was the Dwarves that did it. So the Dwarves win 2-1 over the Ogres, hurting 2 of them. And the Woodies get the 2-0 win over the Ogres. Surprise, surprise. So we have the Lizards versus the Skaven and the Dark Elves versus the Bretts. I'm going to predict the Lizards winning. Sorry, Callisti, but looks like your Skaven haven't learned how to dodge yet. And I'm predicting the Bretonnians to beat the Dark Elves, as the Dark Elves are just having a horrible time scoring, and the Bretts are showing no signs of stopping at this point. As it says, we have the Dwarfs at number 1 at 2-1-0 at 2B1210. Bretonnians following with 2-0-0, but he has yet to play, so he has a game in hand. Wood Elves at 2-0-1. Lizardmen at 1-1-0 with game in hand. Orcs at 1-0-2. Ogres at 1-0-2. And the Skaven and Dark Elves bring up the rear at 0-0-2. It's still early, but it's getting to the midpoint of this match day, so every game's really going to start to count. But we'll see where these teams end up. I know Tass and Callisti are great coaches. They can turn it around, but enough will hate you. Enough will hate you. But that's the core division for this segment, so I'll just say next time, and this is your local heretic reminding you, blood for the blood god, and get skulls for the skull throne. Have a good one. Back to you, Cadet.
Ace, the helpful place.
Nice job, Ace. Really enjoyed that. I especially like that portion when you were talking about the Bretonnian teams and how one's doing extremely better than the other. Poor Skarr. Poor Skarr. Anyway, that is it for all of our divisions. That's it for BBPN, but before we go, I want to push my 3-team tournament one more time. This should be the last BBPN before I do the release video for it. So if you have managed to stick this long and watch this entire thing, or you're even just paying attention to them, because you know I always say something, be sure to go sign up. Find your team, sign up. You can't find your team, I will find your team. Alright. That's it. This is Cadet Tank saying, sometimes I win, sometimes I lose, but never bet against me.